Here for the tea, that one YouTube content creator that I initially hesitated to cover in season 3 of Untold Legends because there are people not comfortable with discussing the person behind the infamous channel. Why? Back in November 9th, 2022, fellow YouTube content creator Smoky Glow tweeted of Here for the Tea's passing. The news came as a shock to the drama community, often interspersed with the beauty community, as it's not even clear what her illness is. Also, she carved a niche as a YouTube content creator with focus on so-called beauty gurus that often fail to disclose their affiliate links in their respective social media accounts. Did I mention that the drama community is often interspersed with the beauty community? No wonder in here for the T's lifetime, she made some enemies. At the same time, fans with interest in consumer rights admired her guts for exposing the beauty gurus for their conflict of interests. Because when was the last time consumer rights have ever been a factor in creating videos on YouTube? Hello, my name is Jing, a freelance writer online since 2013 and podcast researcher for our coming back co-host, JoeDini. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Jing.
Oh, nice to hear you again. Glad to know you had a great vacation.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, and as I was saying here, I've done some pretty raunchy research in the past for JoeDini, although in this case, we end up talking about someone who has passed and is still a divisive figure in the commentary community that occasionally I notice is getting interspersed with the beauty and the drama community as well. So the research I made will attempt to strike a balance and try to be fair, of course, while making sure that references are accurate and, if possible, current. For episode 6 of Untold Legends Season 3, we will be discussing Sam, better known by her YouTube username, Here for the Tea. So, in other words, this is a niche that Joey might not be a little too familiar with, but the moment we start mentioning Jaclyn Hill later on in the episode, then he would then be refreshed of that topic I once discussed on season 2 of Untold Legends. But here we will be focusing on the person who often reported on these beauty gurus and ended up focusing on the high profile personalities like Jaclyn Hill. Because I'm also checking here on the earliest days on YouTube or the internet in general. And according to the message board Guru Gossiper, Here for the Tea made her YouTube career for calling out other YouTubers for not disclosing paid promotions. And I made sure I highlighted that in the screenshot that I'll be using on the YouTube version of this episode. It was one of the earliest screenies I could source as the videos that Here for the Tea has posted presenting herself as an inspiring beauty guru. Those clips, they could no longer be found. Beauty guru, meaning she once uploaded videos of makeup tutorials. With those videos gone, most information about Here for the Team today involved exposés as to which beauty guru got accused of being too greedy or being too shady. Soon, her most viewed YouTube videos banked on the quote-unquote, they're not being honest with you bandwagon. Maybe you're familiar with that niche, Joe?
Pretty much so. I had a friend that almost went into it and then left because they didn't realize that there was not a lot of money making opportunities for that type of what's the word? That type of group.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because with everyone, with almost everyone on YouTube trying to gain the views, gain the clicks, gain the, um, work the algorithm to their favor, you then realize how some of them are still using the "they're not being honest with you" cliche to get people to watch them. And one of the earliest practitioners of this adage was Here for the Tea. I guess it's safe to say here that Here for the Tea is one of the reasons why the words scam and racist have become almost overused as clickbait titles. I hope I'm not triggering anyone here. These words may be in the title. Yes, as you can see in some of the screenshots I would be showing on the YouTube version of this episode as well. These words may be in the title, but it can be in a video title presented as a question or as a statement. I remember some journalists here in the Philippines hating titles that contain question marks because your job is to report, not to ask. Or at least that's what their kind of journalism is used to. Anyway, in Here for the Tea's case, they come across as statements, especially if you hover your mouse pointer at one of these titles to see the full title of the video uploaded. Like in this clip wherein it says Jackie Aina addresses Jeffree Star's racist past and he blocks her. That's the full title of the clip. It's not a question, it's basically a statement of what happened or a summary of what happened in one of those infamous beauty gurus, Jeffree Star. So I would be showing here a clip of the alleged bias against Jeffree Star. Although I made a transcript just in case, since we would be needing some of the notes for this episode. And this is from a clip by L Loves Tea. She doesn't upload as much anymore, but most of her videos are still on because, or most of the videos rather, are still on because they're still current. And it seems like the person who uploaded these clips still stand by what they said regarding the feud that occurred then. I would love to hear some of the reactions by uh, our co-host JoeDini.
Came out on the 12th of October. Back on the 29th of September, someone asked Here for the Tea, Sam, weeks ago in one of your videos, you said something like there was someone in the community that had proof that Jeffree was still saying the N-word and used it around them. Whatever became of this? Was this person David Scissorhands? Here for the Tea replied, no, it wasn't David. It's another person. We're still waiting.
Okay, just a little background to what happened here. Jeffree Star's former hairstylist with the username David Scissorhands started accusing Jeffree Star of saying the N-word. And it was one of those videos that attempted to expose Jeffree Star, one of those beauty gurus that also made a lot of enemies along the way. He still has a lot of enemies as of this writing. But yeah, there's still issues like this that arise that try to expose Jeffree Star. So let's continue.
Then, on the 10th of October, Here for the Tea tweeted, to the influencer who suddenly wants to go mute on Jeffree's racism when they heard it with their own ears, go fuck yourself. Since then, there have been a ton of receipts outed that proved Thomas lied. It was only natural that Here for the Tea believed what a good friend was telling her.
Okay, Thomas Halbert is the other friend that Here for the Tea actually tried to use, or at least according to the notes that I've gathered here, he is, well, Here for the Tea believed Thomas based on their friendship, as already mentioned here by L, but she, according to L, did not try to verify using alternative sources if Jeffree indeed said the N-word. Now that Thomas did not want to participate in Here for the Tea's planned video about Jeffree Star, she is understandably upset.
The way that Thomas backstabbed her was disgusting, and I am totally in her corner for that.
Okay, it's L that used the word backstabber, not me, which is why it's helpful that I made this clip excerpted into the episode.
The rest of Thomas's story. Thomas told both Manny MUA and Nikita Dragon that Jeffree allegedly had a blackmail video which included footage of Nikki tutorials saying a racial slur and Laura Lee fat shaming, and we're supposed.
Yes, Fat shaming is the accusation made on another beauty guru named Laura Lee, and then Thomas Halbert was also quoted saying a lot of these things to other content creators like Nikita Dragon and Manny MUA. MUA stands for makeup artist.
Supposed to believe that Thomas didn't also tell Here for the Tea about it? I think he did. I think she just ignored it. But why does any of that really matter? Because I don't think Here for the Tea cares about anything at all but bringing Jeffrey down. For anyone that doesn't know, Here for the Tea and Jeffrey were actually friendly and followed each other on Twitter up until the end of June 2017. On the 20th of June 2017, Here for the Tea posted a video called Jeffree Star Caught Out in Major Lie, which talked about the Twitter fight between Jeffrey and Jackie, where Jeffrey exaggerated the length of time that he had blocked Jackie.
Okay, Jackie Aina is a person of color who is known for her makeup reviews as well, makeup tutorials and cosmetic reviews on her channel.
Why he really blocked Jackie is unclear, only he knows the truth. There has been speculation that Jeffrey used Here for the Tea to get out a statement about the Nikki tutorials and Two-Faced contract drama in Here for the Tea's video on the 26th of April 2017.
Okay, Nikki Tutorials, another beauty guru. Two-Faced is a cosmetic company, and there have been an issue in the past that they had an issue with the contract, and Jeffree Star attempted to expose Two-Faced. In his opinion, or at least in his viewpoint, he is trying to save Nikki Tutorials from a bad deal.
But what makes the most sense is that he unfollowed her because he didn't like that she didn't believe his version of why he blocked Jackie Aina.
In fact, after the last video I made about him, which I will also link in the description box.
By the way, this is the part where Elle starts quoting or using audio from Here for the Tea's own video. In the video entitled Jeffree Star Caught in a Major Lie.
Below, wherein I was completely honest on how his timeline of events with respect to him blocking Jackie Aina simply did not match up with reality. He unfollowed me. Later that night, I received a message letting me know that the unfollow was nothing personal. He simply wanted to distance himself from drama and that he unfollowed all drama channels, which isn't entirely true, but anyway. I definitely respected his decision, and trust me, I don't give a fuck who follows me, but we all know the real reason he unfollowed me is because I made an unfavorable video about him that contained nothing but facts and timestamps, and just because one video was unfavorable definitely doesn't mean that all future videos will be. If I believe something you're doing is shady, I'm gonna say so, but I also have no issue standing up and making a favorable video when I believe you're right, which I've done many times for him and other influencers. But anyway, we know the real reason was not because he wanted to stay out of the drama, because here we are. Here's the problem with that apology video, and I realized that yes, although he didn't make any racial remarks, he just clarified in one comment that he just cannot help himself, he cannot keep his word, and the fact that he made this video, which will forever be a marker in which gives people an actual reference point, where he goes on record stating that from that point forward he will not feed into the drama and then goes and stirs the pot again, is actually worse than if he hadn't made the video at all. His comment on Trend Mood's page makes his apology look like a disingenuous PR move that he never intended on taking seriously in the first place, and for the people who watched the apology video and decided to give him another chance, I'm pretty sure they won't be offering him a third chance. Again, I know this has nothing to do with the racial remark apology, but it does have everything to do with credibility, and if he can't hold back from making a public comment on a post, how is anyone going to believe him when it comes to much more serious issues like racism?
Got any reaction for that, Joe?
Oh, having done an episode on Jeffree Star, this is not surprising, to say the least. Like, trying to distance himself from other people because of the idea, it's like, oh, I gotta try to protect my my reputation, as little as that reputation is. Doesn't have much, and I don't know if you're gonna cover this later, so I'll save it for later. But yeah, just the overall toxicity of him being involved in this beauty community, which, by the way, has a lot of racism attached to it and a lot of fat phobia attached to it as well, because their definition of beauty is pretty much everything that you see in the Hollywood sphere. And I don't necessarily mean the movies that you see from like the top movie brands. I'm talking about movies where they try to, it's not really about the talent of the actor. It's more about how they look. And it's like the more of a model you are, the more of a chance you get to be in films. Like it's a casting culture.
I kind of agree with that. So, yeah, I just have to skip here a little and just rephrase or summarize what Elle eventually said later. Wherein, so Elle interpreted this as here for the tea, using racism as an excuse to be biased against Jeffrey, when the truth behind the bias is bitterness over Jeffrey unfollowing her on social media. Although she may have realized by that point that Jeffree Star is known for unfollowing certain individuals, claiming that he doesn't want to be associated with that much drama, and yeah, here we are. So if Here for the Tea cannot use Thomas Halbert's statement as proof that Jeffree Star said the N-word, she will use screenshots provided by David Scissorhands, Jeffree Star's former hairstylist. So the screenshots were then used on the same video and other videos that were uploaded by Here for the Tea, and they seemed insufficient. Also, an observation, Here for the Tea has already explanation for whatever remaining screenshot is used in her video as quoted by Elle. Let's play that part.
With respect to the date of David's deleted screenshot, it could just be that he's not super precise when it comes to dates, and perhaps he got his iPhone a little earlier than indicated. I'm not totally sure.
Here for the Tea dismisses David as simply not being precise when he says that he got his new iPhone earlier this year instead of earlier. Okay, so, well, let's watch a clip from Internet Infamous.
Okay, Internet Infamous is another YouTube content creator that tried to explain the differences between the screenshots and the phones that were used.
If you watched my last video, you would know that I, along with a lot of other people's biggest thing about this was the fact that he was showing off an Android phone, however, he was showing iMessage receipts. So I did a little bit of digging to see if I could find out exactly when he bought this phone. He says here that he bought the phone this year. However, that's a lie too. On the 22nd of August in 2017, he was tweeting from an Android. And by October 8th, he was tweeting from an iPhone.
Why go to extreme lengths to protect David and say he might have got his phone a little earlier?
You noticed that too, Joe?
Very much so.
Yeah, because there were some. Here's the thing with some of the YouTubers here. Just a little comment about some of the YouTubers here that try to present themselves as journalists. There are journalists that simply present the facts and then leave it up to you to decide if they're true or not. And then there are journalists that, are you a journalist or a PR person for the person you're supposed to be reporting? So the next quotes from Here for the Tea makes you doubt if she knew the difference between David lying and David simply botched his screenshots due to confusion as to when he did really get rid of the Android phone and why, despite still having the Android phone with him, the receipts appear to be sourced from an iPhone.
However, it's important to consider the evidence presented using critical thinking. In order for David to quote-unquote fake the text messages between himself and Jeffrey, he would have had to meticulously plan this out so that the text messages line up with corresponding date-stamped events.
Okay, the part about faking the text messages got debunked by another YouTuber by the username of Metamorphosis Rocks. And this is also included here in Elle's video, so we can simply see a demonstration how this faking of receipts can be done.
In the middle of a very real conversation. In her video, Rox uses an old phone, downloads an app, and inserts a text into the middle of a real text conversation that she had with her daughter.
So now I hit fake, which is right under the message. It says fake. I'm going to hit fake. Okay, it says fake SMS created. Okay. Now if you look at the messages, that's my daughter's name. And the last message says okay, right?
The screenshot here is a little too bright, but Okay.
All right. Alrighty. Look at February 14th. Today is October 4th, 2018. Time is 11:02, and what did I write? And I'm not a psychic. And I accidentally sent it twice, by the way. So, and why am I showing you that? I'm showing you also that the next message on this list is from March 15th. Okay?
Okay. October 4th. Then the dates here. Do you need the right? And yes. And the dates.
And the message previous is from January 26th. I don't know if you can see it, but I hope you can.
So, as you can see, there's no meticulous planning involved. Here for the Tea also decided to block Rox after Rox retweeted this video, so she can't claim ignorance or that she made a mistake. Faking texts is surprisingly quick and easy. It isn't the massive production that she claims. Here for the Tea wants her subscribers to believe that the only way to fake texts is by faking entire conversations.
You familiar with faking some screenshots, Joe?
Oh, that's very meticulous. And I've
Mm-hmm.
heard and I've read a lot about it too, because it's things that people do in order to try to, spew the narrative in their favor.
Yeah, I just realized that here for the T blocked Metamorphosis Rocks after after the letter tried to point out, yeah, this is how you fake a text message. So it's not that complicated to fake a text message, especially if you're trying to pin it on Jeffree Star. I mean, I've heard this from other content creators as well. There are other issues that you can pin Jeffree Star for. And this may not be it because the kind of evidence you're using is not exactly believable or credible. Supply the adjective that you have. Okay, so the rest of the video here was Elle providing proof of Here for the Tea, trying to make excuses, allegedly, in behalf of David Scissorhands about the botched screenshots. Eventually, David uploaded his own video, which I already showed a while ago. He tried to upload his own video because he turns out to have his own YouTube channel after all. So, the screenshots tried to prove that Jeffree Star is racist, and as expected, it was not received well. They even managed to show the number of dislikes later. There's another batch of dislikes that showed how these videos don't go well, especially when you're trying to fake certain screenshots and make them look like they're in your favor. It was not received well since it ended up getting more dislikes than likes, which is not surprising because you fucked up when you're trying to present Jeffree Star as this not so honorable person, and then it turns out that you're providing fake receipts. Well, other people were rather generous or charitable with the choice of words. They chose to call him. They chose to call it providing stale tea. So here, there were other proofs of alleged bias that Here for the Tea has over Jeffree Star, since in this video that Elle uploaded to present how the bias became obvious, she started uploading less on YouTube. Here for the Tea soon started uploading more content on her Instagram while seeing some videos getting removed from her YouTube channel. And yeah, she's been removing some videos from her YouTube channel. More on that later, on what actually is the reason why she had to remove most of them. Here for the Tea soon started uploading more content on her Instagram while seeing some videos getting removed from her YouTube channel. Not that she will run out of platforms to continue on calling out everyone that believes Jeffree Star has changed as a person. There's this screenshot here that she posted on Instagram wherein Jeffree Star clapped back against someone on Twitter, and then Jeffree Star said, "I hope your child doesn't grow up with the same disgusting mean girl attitude as her mother. God bless you, poor thing. And business is great. Actually, grateful in such awful times. And this is Jeffree Star's reply to someone that has been mocking him for having horrible business in the pandemic season because everyone's required to wear a mask. What do you need cosmetics for? What do you need makeup for? I admit I don't wear as much makeup anymore because I'm wearing a mask anyway, so why
Ну
bother?
просто тогда
Most recent
продолжила, дай
proof
снимать,
of
ты на
here for
паузу
the T's
нажал.
bias against Jeffree Star was in her Instagram post dated October 9th,
Блин, так
2021. It
красиво.
shows Jaclyn Hill's reaction to one of Jeffree Star's
Вот этот
Instagram
момент.
posts in two separate screenshots, consolidated in one image. Here for the T's words were downright unflattering. So the post says, Jaclyn Hill resides in Jeffrey's colon at this point. I have never seen Jaclyn support another influencer like she does Jeffrey. He must have something on her with the way she stays being his #1 cheerleader. Honestly, this may sound crazy, but remember when Jeffrey saved Jaclyn from the series I did with T-Spill by saying she was going to unalive herself? I often wonder if she feels indebted to him because of that. End of quote. And that is the end of the Jeffree Star chapter on Here for the Teas part. Speaking of Jaclyn Hill, Here for the Teas alleged bias against Jaclyn Hill. I have covered Jaclyn Hill in season 2 of Untold Legends and ended up focusing on the lipstick fiasco. The earlier issues associated with Jaclyn Hill were the ones that got covered by Here for the Tea before finally discussing the infamous lipsticks. More on that later. So the earliest video that Here for the Tea made about Jaclyn Hill was dated December 2016. So this is the video where Here for the Tea tried to explain the difference between affiliate and sponsored, because if ever there's one beauty guru out there that's often called out for not disclosing her affiliate links of the item that she often featured on her channel, it would be Jaclyn Hill. So I would just be quoting some partial transcripts here. Okay, according to Here for the Tea, the problem here is whether the influencer is being honest about their love for a product when they're benefiting from each sale. So Here for the Tea was quick to pivot that this is not only a Jaclyn Hill thing, but an influencer thing, which is why she ended up showing on her video the other beauty gurus that used affiliate codes, or at least honest enough to disclose that, yeah, these are affiliate codes and I would be earning partial income if you use these codes. Okay, back to the video. Here for the Tea added, this was a huge contradiction. In addition to that, something else she said, meaning Jaclyn Hill said, intrigued me, meaning Here for the Tea. And I wanted to explain about sponsored videos, coupon codes, and what the term affiliate means. Here for the Tea added, so let's start with Jaclyn. When she says in this video that people accuse her of being sponsored, and she also indicates that she isn't being sponsored by Loving Tan, yes, technically she isn't. Assuming she's telling the truth, because it is illegal not to disclose the same, and I have absolutely no reason to believe that she's not being truthful. But anyway, for the sake of this argument, we are going to assume that she's being honest. So technically, she's telling the truth that she's not sponsored, but she's an affiliate, which she is forthcoming about. I think people don't understand the difference between sponsored and being an affiliate. And I think they also don't realize there are so many ways to get around the word sponsor, and I'm going to show you. So just to clarify, a sponsored video is when a company pays the influencer to talk about product in a video. Companies do this because they want the influencer has exposure to an audience that fits their products. So they're happy to pay you to talk about it. Now, an affiliate is performance-based marketing in which a business rewards the affiliate for each customer brought by the affiliate's own marketing efforts, such as talking about the product and saying they like it. That's considered their own marketing. And then offering you a discount code to use when you purchase that product. And the influencer receives their cut of the sales since they have a hand in selling. What a lot of people don't know is that this supposed discount is already built into the price. Meaning that, say you get 10% off of a product for using the affiliate's code. That product already has the 10% built into the price. Disclaimer, disclaimer. Yes, I need to do this because I am an affiliate, but I don't use affiliate codes. I am an affiliate with VA Bootcamp and I use a link to promote the company. And the cut only happens after payment. I've been paid before because some folks already clicked that link. Besides, it's a good way for you to support me apart from subscribing to this channel. I'd be happy to have you in VA Bootcamp. Who knows if you become the next affiliate to crush the sales leaderboard in the following months after enrolling in our program. Now back to episode 6 of Untold Legends, Season 3. Perhaps that one rare moment where Here for the Tea sympathized with Jaclyn Hill was when a YouTube content creator by the name of, username of Creepshow Art made a video about Jaclyn's estranged father. Familiar with Creepshow Art?
I've never heard of creep show art.
Okay, yeah, it's one of those topics as a person that trended last year or the other year since she got exposed for a lot of things. I'm not sure if I would be covering her on the next season.
Она говорит,
Going
ты
back
тогда
here,
продолжила, да, снимать? Ты на
this is
паузу
the post
нажала.
that Here for the Tea made, sympathizing with Jaclyn Hill and condemning Creepshow Art's behavior. And I quote, Jaclyn Hill clapped back at the drama
Этот
channel
момент.
Creepshow for making a video about her estranged father. Jaclyn said she understands that people don't like her and that they think she's a liar, but that making a video about her father who hasn't spoken to in 10 years is going too far. While most would agree that this creator did in fact go too far, others are questioning why Jaclyn responds to issues like this with quickness, yet she can't address legitimate concerns that arose as a result of a recent video by Jen Love's Reviews with respect to her palette no longer being cruelty-free or vegan. Unquote. So she made it sound like she's sympathizing with Jaclyn Hill, but she made sure that the audience remembered the things that Jaclyn Hill said, especially when handling feedback regarding her products. So by now you may be familiar with Here for the Tea's consistency in covering topics where she is not hiding her bias. Her calling out Jaclyn Hill for the lack of self-awareness is on point though. So here we have another screenshot. Well, Here for the Tea made a screenshot and then made a caption wherein she simply described the tweet that Jaclyn Hill made as, self-awareness left the chat. And to quote Jaclyn Hill, damn, people really dragged me to filth when I had a scandal with my lipsticks, but are nowhere to be found when I'm unproblematic and doing well. I hope they enjoy that paycheck they got from the views though. Thumbs up icon. It's really hard if you have people like Jaclyn Hill constantly complaining that they keep getting in trouble for mentioning that lipstick, that the lack of self-awareness that Here for the Tea is obviously referring to is her tendency to be defensive instead of simply apologizing that, yeah, she committed perhaps the worst mistakes a product launch could ever experience simply because she was not very diligent in making sure that the lipsticks or the products are clean. And we know by now that Here for the Tea is one of those cheerleaders for consumer rights, so to speak. And then we go with perhaps perhaps the beginning of the end for Here for the Tea, the fallout with John Kokyan. John Kokyan used to be active online as a YouTube content creator himself. He uploads videos that are quite similar to that of Here for the Tea, except he shows his face. They were friends after all, once in their lives. That was until allegations arose that Kokyan stole Here for the Tea story so that he can have his own tea to spill. Joe, since I'm a little familiar with your background, does it really happen that two journalists have the same story and one journalist ends up stealing the other journalist's story?
It would be pretty big if it was true, especially in the journalism world. You have to provide sources if you're going to use another person's source, and if you don't, then you can get fired for plagiarizing. Doesn't happen very often, but they try to keep it under the rug a lot of times because they don't want the audience to know that one of your fellow reporters got fired because they were plagiarizing somebody else's work. So they just say, oh, something happened and they decided to leave. So it does happen.
Okay. Thank you for confirming that it does happen in actual journalism scenarios. I do remember some journalists getting fired, but not for plagiarism. It's more because they got the story wrong. It must have been really bad for that scenario to end in employment termination. Anyway, so this is the story that it may not be clear who is supposed to cover the Fiji water scandal story between these two YouTube content creators that present themselves on YouTube as journalists, but one content creator, one YouTuber that succeeded in summarizing what happened by covering this drama was Paige Christie. She covered this drama back when her channel was still named Petty Page. It mentioned that Here for the Tea was the first to allegedly crack the case on the Fiji scandal. The rest of the information unearthed about this fallout was compiled by screenshots by another YouTube content creator named Moplin Janice. My only complaint about that video and why I would rather be using screenshots as opposed to clips from the YouTube video uploaded itself was the slides were timed a little too fast. There were some parts where, for the most part, it's a slideshow, and the slideshows were going way too fast or going too slow. There are some parts there that needed to be read in order for us to get a clear context of what really happened, at least a background. At least a way for us to trace the background where everything started. So this is a disclaimer that Moplin Janice immediately posted at the beginning of the video, wherein she said, I'm supposing it's a
Я
she,
просто тогда продолжила, да,
the
снимать? Ты
following
на паузу
timelines and
нажала.
evidence are purely circumstantial and speculations. All allegations and accusations in this video are not to be
Блин, так
taken
красиво.
as fact, but discretion will be left up to the viewer's opinions
Вот
due
этот
to
момент.
too many coincidences being made in its entirety. Any questions, leave them in the comment section. Thank you. So if you're interested to comment in that video, the title is Here for the Tea versus Guru Gossiper Inside Story, uploaded last November 14, 2017. In the next screenshot, it shows a series of tweets regarding the Fiji water scandal. It seems like it was Here for the Tea that made these tweets, but the Twitter handle and the display name were both blurred, wherein it says, you make zero fucking effort to stay out of drama. You're fucking soulless. You have no conscience. Go spin the story to your cocky fam. Again, with the alternative facts, I'd share an idea and a day later, you'd want to make a video about it. Should I name them all? Let me show my receipts. You're not allowed to talk about 7 influencers. Are you fucking stupid? This story was mine and you know it, you fucking asshole. Oh, really? Is that how it went down? Funny how your version of events is always different to everyone else's. And then there's another screenshot that at least tried to summarize or at least give us a good spoiler. I can't call it spoiler. It's more like a premonition of what's about to happen, what's about to be discussed here. So Moplin Janice wrote on the screenshot, John Cookyan and Here for the Tea have a fallout on Twitter. John Cookyan accuses Here for the Tea of concealing info on a YouTuber who was, I'll just spell it out. I know there will be some issues with YouTube with this. GROOMING. And Here for the Tea tweets that the allegations against her are false. So I will no longer name the YouTuber that Cookyan is accusing of this thing, as he can never prove it. Besides that, YouTube content creator has also made a statement denying everything and condemning John Cookyan for the accusation, for the false accusations. So, in a nutshell, the fallout was started from Here for the Tea accusing John Cookyan of stealing a story, stealing her story, supposedly, and then Cookyan's reason for doing so was that he has a story and Here for the Tea refuses to help him because in Here for the Tea's opinion, the evidence is not enough to prove that this other YouTube content creator is guilty of the G word. Am I coming in across clearly about the G word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good thing that we understand that. And maybe it will show up on some of the screenshots I will be including later for better context. And then in another screenshot, well, they emphasized here that there was a person that was IP banned a while back for reasons that will not be named, according to this post from Guru Gossiper. And it's mostly about posts made about Jaclyn Hill, and then Moplin Janice included the statement in the screenshot. After the slandering video John Cookyan made about I'm just here for the tea, people questioned her because of her silence. The feud between Guru Gossiper and I'm just here for the tea began because apparently Here for the Tea also has another channel wherein the full name is I'm just here for the tea. So we are clear about the acronyms that are displayed here. And so everyone that has seen Cookyan's video or expecting a response from Here for the Tea. Nothing. Nobody can prove that Cookyan has blackmail material to use against Here for the Tea if ever she tries to upload a rebuttal video. Guru Gossiper, or people from Guru Gossiper, in this screenshot refers to Guru Gossip. So for brevity, at least we are clear on that. This is the same website I used a while ago to summarize what Here for the Tea is known for. And people from Gigi felt betrayed by I'm just here for the tea for her streams on them, because apparently Here for the Tea is also having live streams, and she called some of these people from Gigi names when she allegedly had received information for her videos from the Gigi site. So this is similar to some YouTube content creators using information sourced from Kiwi Farms and not crediting Kiwi Farms. That scenario is also applicable here. I'm just here for the tea, spilling tea, so to speak, and getting information from Gigi and not crediting Gigi. That's basically how it can be explained here. Yeah. They're like Kiwi Farms, except that their niche, Gigi's niche, is more focused on the beauty community at the height of its infamy, probably at the height of Dramageddon, Volume 1 and Volume 2. Also, like Kiwi Farms, they also appreciate being credited for research used for YouTube videos or any material. Maybe you can
Ну,
see
просто
some
тогда
tea channels
продолжила, да,
also
снимать?
popping
Ты
up
на
on
паузу
TikTok
нажала. Мгм.
and Twitter, social media accounts basically. The live streams referred to in the
Блин, так
screenshot can
красиво.
either be the live streams done on YouTube itself or the ones that
Вот этот
Here
момент.
for the Tea hosted on YouNow. The last time I mentioned YouNow, I was talking about Glitter Forever 17 back in season 2 of Untold Legends. Of course, by this point, people are asking Moplin Janice, what's the point? And then she made us take a closer look at the same screenshot that she showed a while ago. It had the same parts in the screenshot encircled, but it also mentioned on the screenshot that she, whoever it is, that person that they banned, was vehement in her hate, bordering on bias, bordering on obsession. It's basically Gigi saying that this person that they banned has a hate boner for Jaclyn Hill. Here for the tea, instead of making a response video to John Kokyan, she chose to divert her energies to discussing Jaclyn Hill. And this is also connected with the person that was IP banned, allegedly, here on Gigi. And here we are just analyzing the things that Here for the Tea allegedly has done. Don't worry, I'm not sympathizing with Jaclyn Hill here. Sometimes, you're familiar with some journalists that still call themselves journalists, but their hate towards a certain person or a certain cause is so strong that it doesn't look fair anymore. So you will keep hearing me say allegedly since the investigation conducted by Moplin Janice attempted to analyze if any connection exists between the Kokian fallout and the brewing feud behind the scenes. I may not know who Subversive Wallflower is on the screenshot mentioned by Moplin Janice, but she made sure to place these screenshots to supplement her research. Keep in mind, while the diversion of John Kokyan's tomfoolery was happening behind the scenes, Here for the Tea and the Guru Gossip Girls were having a feud. Why? Maybe it has something to do with her stealing info from Guru Gossip. And then Moplin Janice had to clarify. I know it's an extreme accusation, but what I'm about to show you might change some opinions. And if you read the disclaimer, you would know that this is speculation until further notice. These are my views on the situation at hand, and anything I say will be alleged. She then managed to archive a tweet by Here for the Tea saying, sometimes I read Gigi and get so excited when I see that you guys can read between the lines. You know what's up. And then with the monkey emoji. And then back in January 24, also of the year 2017, another screenshot was shown here, this time by Guru Gossip username Truth Hurts. Just for the record, guys, and I'm not defending hard anyone nor giving up my business connections and their privacy or my own, but I am in direct contact with T, and we have had long convos about how she is most certainly not a Hilton, was threatened for uncovering Jaclyn at first, and has plans to rip her apart with documents once she has all her ducks in line. Just wait, guys. She knows you all felt she sold out over the Morphe leak video and told me it's just to soften the blow before the attack that she's worked with legal teams to make sure it's 100% fair game and legally has no ground to be removed. So in other words, Truth Hurts is presenting herself as someone that's close enough with Here for the Tea She claims to work closely with Here for the Tea and messages with her often, but doesn't divulge that info. Now, why would a regular GG user claim to know so much about Here for the Tea and vouching for her, speaking for her, but doesn't divulge the info? Around this time, on January 27, ironically, Here for the Tea shout-outs the GG girls on Twitter, which she claims it was a joke. Lol, okay. Where are my GG girls at? Holla! And then this is the other tweet where Here for the Tea denied. I do not and have never had an account on GG, and I have never written a single post on that site, so please try again. Moplin Janice analyzed this series of tweets and ended up commenting, pulling a John Cokian with the British humor bullshit. See how she tries to make the person feel dumb when being called out on the shoutout post for GG and claims it was a joke. Well, fool thinks you need an account to read posts. Lol. Here's another screenshot. This looks like from another social media account with the username I'm just here for the tea. So Moplin Janice explained the screenshot as, after Truth Hurts claims Here for the Tea was working with a team of lawyers to take Jaclyn Hill down, other GG users became suspicious. And the screenshot says, well, the information came directly from the mouth of John, and if the teabag lady has big teams of lawyers, like she is some kind of undercover agent, I'm sure she
Она
can
просто тогда
find out
продолжила, да,
herself.
снимать? Ты
Is
на
she a
паузу
space
нажала.
hero or something? Earth calling. Teabag is not saving the world by making YouTube videos about
Блин, так
coupons.
красиво.
And by the way, am I the only one thinking she is
Вот этот момент.
ridiculous being upset over JS cutting through handbags, but people destroying JS pallets in blenders 2 times a day is okay? Money is money, right? I suppose JS stands for Jeffree Star. In the continuation of the same screenshot, it says here, well, Moplin Janice attached a caption saying, ironically, after being accused of being here for the tea, Truth Hurts stopped posting on the Here for the Tea threads altogether. And then the screenshot says, I totally agree with you, by the way. This other poster saying that T-Girl is in contact with lawyers, etc., does not make me trust her more or whatever. I find it sounds quite ridiculous, to be honest, unless those lawyers are just friends / family she can ask for help. I don't believe someone is paying money to not get into YouTube drama. How about donating that lawyer money? Lol. Most things can be looked up to not get into trouble. And YouTube mostly deletes things before it can go that far. Makes me wonder if the secretive poster is T herself, or if they are the ones giving her all the info that is posted on here. And another person from the GG side ended up telling Moblin Janice here, all I really know is Truth Hurts was big on bringing Jaclyn down. Obsessed. She helped organize the password-protected thread after John Cookyan swiped some stuff from our thread. I can't remember which scandal that was, though. She always talked favorably of Here for the Tea and said that she had been in contact with her about some stuff. She said she liked her videos and thought she could be trusted. So this early in these screenshots, it's been a speculation that Here for the Tea from YouTube and Truth Hurts from Guru Gossip might be the same person. And I'm just happy that Moplin Janice is not jumping into conclusions. She's just presenting these screenshots as supplementary information for everyone that might be thinking the same too. And then Moplin Janice had to ask, Now, who was obsessed with Jaclyn Hill and talked favorably of Here for the Tea? Well, there was a clip here that was used from Waplin Janice's video that included clips of John Kokian discussing how Here for the Tea and Truth Hurts might be the same person.
Get sat down, get the tea ready. You will not believe what I have uncovered.
Okay, that's the term that he used, what I have uncovered, while the screenshots that were flashing on the screen were mostly research of Here for the Tea.
So to give you a very brief background to introduce
I apologize for the loud music. I got this from also the same video that Moplin Janice has made.
to all the teas in the game, Jaclyn Hill is a 27-year-old YouTuber from Illinois. I think she's originally from Tampa, saying we're going to bring back this highlighter, and everyone was like, what?
Okay, so this is the first part, one of the first things that Kokian got wrong in the story, allegedly, according to Moplin Janice, because Kokian is trying to quote Becca Cosmetics, a company that Jaclyn Hill was once associated for, but actually it's just the Instagram post that said this, and this will appear often in this video to correct his sloppy mistakes. These captions, according to Moplin Janice, since there are a lot of things that he got wrong here. Well, he just told the story, so expect some mistakes.
But then apparently had nothing to do with Jaclyn Hill, and she was commenting publicly on the Instagram posts and on Twitter and stuff like that. Just
Okay, and then Jaclyn Hill reacted, "Wow, this is news to me. Is this for real?" at Becca Cosmetics. And then another comment, "I'm literally in shock right now. I had absolutely no idea."
basically saying like, what? I didn't know about this. I came across the Fiji scandal.
Not exactly the kind of face you'd like to show online if you're not even sure about the news that you're trying to show. But then again, there are some content creators that you can't take seriously because you're not even sure if they're telling you the truth. Anyway, the caption here, or at least the inset photo that the Joplin Janice made says, and this is a screenshot from a tweet by Here for the Tea. "When he says I came across the Fiji scandal, lol. Yes, after I bought it to your thieving ass." And of course, Jaclyn Hill, because she's always talkative, she always had to find a way to react to any of these allegations. Of course, she made this series of Snapchat. I'm not the Snapchat kind of person, so yeah, sometimes I admit that I'm a little annoyed easily by these filters and these other effects that are done on Snapchat. They're also done on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I don't have Snapchat. Maybe I'm not that I'm not that amused with some of the gimmicks that are done there to make content interesting. Joe, just in case it's not exactly clear to you, I can slow this down, okay?
So,
That I'm actually sponsored by Fiji is definitely the funniest thing that I've heard in a very long time. And to all the people who say that they have evidence that I'm lying, well, I have evidence that you don't have a sense of humor. Because if that's the case, then you know what? I'm sponsored by this plant right here. Yes, and this brick wall. I just want to disclaim that. I'm sponsored by the brick wall and this flower. And the biggest drama of all. The reason I've been wearing this cross necklace so much recently is because Jesus Christ himself has actually been sponsoring me. It is the new cool thing to literally just create drama out of thin air. Which is really sad because our world really needs love more than anything right now.
Okay, so here's another screenshot. Oh god, it's really hard to capture some screenshots with videos this fast. So, Truth Hurts. Yeah, she took it personally because why would a regular guru gossip user cry over John Cookyan? And so she posted on the message board, "Yeah, as other people have stated, John just literally hijacked tea that wasn't even fully compiled yet. Let me make one thing clear to John and anyone else. To those who have seen it, they can back this up. I do not waste my time trying to get through the Hiltons by showing random screenshots and then saying, "You decide." Quick, frankly, John, you fucked up badly. They will hate you now because you did not have a single resource to anything. Oh wow, the Fiji water has been posted 8,000 times. We know. We have been going down the trail of brand sponsorships and influencers to find those breadcrumbs so we could present it when we have evidence. I used to think he was a sweet little British kid. But no, I actually cried last night. I bet you didn't read far back into our threads, John, to know that we have our own page and plans, details of why we had to keep quiet about everything until the one big attack, how things had to be shown to brainwashed kids to get through to them. We also didn't do it to monetize and grow our own names, but to free kids from this trap. Even if you took the gist of the idea from us, you didn't even put your own fucking spin on it, you wanker. You didn't use your own investigation skills to further back up our beliefs and help make them more solid, like contacting Fiji for us or something. No, you just took Twitter shots and flashed them quick and said you suddenly believed this so. Why? Because we have given you reasonable doubt? Doesn't mean we did enough to cause doubt in an obsessed 14-year-old. The page will get released, it blows any expose John has done out the water, and it's not proof of a sponsorship scandal, but a lying, greedy bitch. That person being Jaclyn Hill as annotated in the screenshot. If she pushes back the pallet or announces it's canceled, it will be ready to go within hours of that hatred-inducing news to send her impatient minions to see the light. I just hope it didn't waste my last month for $2,000 or so, John. Enjoy the minions fighting you. On my end, I found a way to fit all the videos that Here for the Tea made using Moplin Janice video to see how many times had Here for the Tea discussed about Jaclyn, and it shows here some of the earliest videos that she uploaded calling out Jaclyn Hill for her unscrupulous business practices and shady dealings. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 videos. 8 of Here for the Tea's earliest videos are actually discussing Jaclyn Hill and how she might not be the best person to trust when it comes to your makeup. Not even for makeup tutorials, perhaps. And here is the part where at least they tried to say that John Cookyan may be one of the worst YouTube content creators there because he's reliant on clickbaity titles, clickbaity topics, and fake news in order to generate some views on YouTube. On the other hand, going after Here for the Tea based on her apparent obsession with Jaclyn Hill, that might be one thing that they can credit him for, exposing Here for the Tea for her biases against Jaclyn Hill. As Moplin Janice has said here, even though John Cookyan is a despicable human being himself, some points he brought up in this video was spot on. So both Here for the Tea and Truth Hurts had an unhealthy obsession with Jaclyn Hill, but you notice she privated some of the videos once she started gaining more followers from the Cookyan beef. Interesting. I guess that's why on my end, in the middle of my research, I found most of videos from Here for the Tea are gone. I'm not sure if it's privated or deleted. Either way, I don't see them. And then here are some of the pics that both Here for the Tea and Truth Hurts are allegedly using on two different websites. They are blurred because, according to Moplin Janice, the same pic have been going around GG only in the Jaclyn Hill threads, but recently this pic showed up in the beginning of February when Here for the Tea supposedly was doing research for Fiji, But obviously, John Cookyan been on stealing info from Gigi too, but we're not talking about him. Unquote. So, here for the T and John Cookyan have been notorious for allegedly stealing info from Gore Gossip, and then next thing you realize, there's no honor
Всё,
among
всё,
thieves. And
Она
it's one
просто
of
тогда
those
продолжила, да, снимать на
things that really
паузу.
make you think. Here for the T has access to these photos, these incriminating photos.
Блин, так
Truth
красиво.
Hurts also has access to these photos, so
Вот этот
um,
момент
it
вообще.
really gets you thinking. So, according to Moblin Janice, also, Truth Hurts began posting in Jaclyn Hill threads soon after and began obsessing not only her life, but her husband's as well. Well, the term husband is applicable here because around the time when Jaclyn Hill was gaining clout for her endorsements, for her sponsorships and affiliate links, she was still married to her then husband, John Hill, which is why some people find it weird that Jaclyn is still using Jaclyn Hill in some of her, um, in actually most of her social media posts because they're no longer married. And she has a new boyfriend last time we checked. I just realized how meaty the information is in these screenshots that I really felt bad that they got swiped a little too quickly in the video, but I can't blame Moblin Janice for that. Something must have gotten wrong with the editing itself, and she needed to make sure that these receipts are coming out for everyone to know. Whoever said prior that Jaclyn's skills were good enough to make it 5 years ago, but she never stepped up and learned more to grow as an artist is dead on. I never watch these gurus to recreate their looks exactly. I watch them to learn techniques I can apply to my own daily art. I like to learn more about the art, not copy the look. I appreciate people like Desi, another makeup guru supposedly, for teaching some more advanced skills and giving helpful hints to make it all easier. I learned all Jaclyn has to offer in her first few months. She would really benefit from spending a few hours of couch time doing, I don't know, online theory, college level classes. I wouldn't dare presume she has time to go to actual school, shaking my head. Every channel I watch talks about buying products to put into her channel. They might snap a haul they're getting ready to film or show a camera they just got or talk about master classes. All Jaclyn can do is show purses because she couldn't even pass the basic qualification test for a master class. She has no real certification skills. What would it say to a classroom of aspiring makeup artists when Jaclyn fucking Hill taking intro to cosmetology? She can't further her knowledge without admitting she isn't a pro. It's sad. Her own lie is ruining her future yet again. She could have said self taught aspiring makeup artist or something, but she went too hard on pro that now she can't look back. Queen of blending. Ha! More like queen of photoshopping your entire life from makeup to comment to snaps. And then Moblin Janice commented on another screenshot. Funny she says that. Coincidentally, Here for the Tea said this about Jaclyn's husband too. Honestly, how much of a dick he is and his personality and potential drug abuse and what not put aside for a minute. You gotta feel some empathy for John. I mean, he married this girl assuming he would be a famous drummer and she would be his bride. Fast forward 8 years and he's just Jay Hill's hubby. Has anyone heard him drumming? Has he done any collabs with DJs or bands or anything? It's very apparent his drumming isn't bringing the money her channel is. She pays the bills and she calls the shots because of that. But as an artist, he has to feel some depression that his wife is the one got famous not for trying hard and practicing and being classically trained. but for being in the right place at the right time. I also cannot imagine how it would feel to know my wife has access to 4 million people and can't help him promote his own career. He just shows him as basically a lapdog. She could snap his skills instead of the dog staring at him in lady sneakers. That was too far. I have to admit it. If that was here for the yeah, she really went too far. She went for the jugular. I like. If she has a problem with Jaclyn Hill, why would they have to address the part that about John Hill's past? By the way, I need to explain why those quotes did not age well. Just a few days ago, John Hill died. And it's quite ironic that it was here for the tea, allegedly using a different account, that said that. Some of these topics I ended up covering are really messed up. Some of the screenshots, thankfully I got them captured even if they're a little too fast. They also captured the screenies that showed Jaclyn Hill with the jewelries and then claiming that her husband gave them to her. And it's weird that she even knew the price tags of these jewelries, like this one, the bracelet, Cartier Love bracelet with diamonds in yellow gold, $40,000. And then Cartier Love necklace with diamonds, $7,450. It's a couple of screenshots from the infamous Cartier video that Here for the Tea once used to present Jaclyn Hill as this person who likes to present
Ну,
herself
просто тогда
as a
продолжим, да,
fashion
снимать? Ты на
icon
паузу нажала.
and also tries to present that the jewelries are given by her husband when there's speculation that she bought it for herself in order to make her husband look nicer. That's
Вот
an
этот
easy
момент.
speculation to put there. Yeah, I ended up saying the word speculation a little too often since it's really not clear where did Jaclyn Hill's income come from. I think I would be posting more of my opinions about her income later. And then in another screenshot dated January 22, 2017, Truth Hurts said, by the way, once the palette drops and arrives, I do have plans in truly investigate and bring up some real dirty dirt on J Hill lying about production and Morphe. Get excited, guys. Just a side by side to other Morphe comparisons receipts too. As expected, there are some screenshots that make it sound like Truth Hurts is talking with Here for the Tea, but how come she knows way too much information? As in another screenshot showing here, I've also spoken with I'm just here for the tea via private message, and she's super upset about John stealing her info. I know she was planning on doing videos about Jaclyn, but she was waiting to gather more research and for the leaked palette drama to calm down. I know she'll come through when the time is appropriate, and I'm glad we have someone on our side. We can reach tons of our Hellions. Hellions meaning the fans of Jaclyn Hill, supposedly, with the Insta page, but I'm just here for the tea has a larger platform, obviously, can also get the message across. It would be interesting if we could align the release of the Insta with her videos, so Jackass and her minions are smacked in the face. Of nowhere, out of nowhere. Lol. So yeah, Truth Hurts has a tendency to go name calling her Jackass simply because uh, in some of the affiliate links that Jaclyn Hill used, she would plug her product and then say, yeah, use my code JACKATTACK, like JACATTACK. So here. And of course, there are some choice of words that Truth Hurts had to use, allegedly, that try to make it sound like she's covering it up, at least according to Moplin Janice. Sounds like she knows, the plans, but covering it up by using the phrase "I think." So the screenshot says of the post that Truth Hurts made. I know I'm just here for the tea. Got into some heat in the past with legal issues surrounding slander of Jack's name. Jack loves her lawyers and their ability to remove anything. My opinion, I'm just here for the tea, had to make something that didn't show outright hate and anger towards Jack. So there was no slander or accusation from minions of you just hate her for no reason. I think she will be releasing much more juicy gossip on Hill soon, but needed to soften the blow with this video, so she had proof she has nothing wrong with the girl and did not play conspiracy slander. What? Conspiracy slander until it was able to be documented as truth, not slander. There was a planned expose. Unfortunately, to make the long story short, actually, the expose was done, but not using Here for the Tea's own channel. There was another channel that was created with the username Truth Hurts. Truth Hurts ended up compiling the evidences, the pieces of evidence, screenshots, deleted clips, and what have you, in order to prove that Jaclyn Hill had a shady way of promoting her products, her own products, claiming that they are her own products, but in reality, it was a product that she had with another company that used to sponsor her. So the Truth Hurts series of videos exposing Jaclyn Hill ended up getting into 7 parts, starting from the earliest where she was endorsing makeup brushes from Sigma. Truth Hurts had a tendency to introduce themselves as the Viper Chicks. Why plural? Because Viper Chicks might have been consisted of the girls from Guru Gossip, led by Here for the Tea, putting up this quote unquote secret Instagram page that would compile all the evidences, all the receipts that are associated with Jaclyn Hill and her alleged shady practices. So there's a lot of machinery going on. Here for the Tea used to have this kind of support around well, this support is based on that. If you remember, I read in one of the screenshots that we are supposed to educate the children on who are the right people to support, who are the right influencers to back up, and who should really serve as positive influences on the next generation of social media influencers, which sounds like virtue signaling to me. Not gonna lie, it sounds like virtue signaling to me. This is supported by one of the Guru Gossip girls that provided a statement here to Moplin Janice stating that she had the more trusting members doing the majority, if not all,
Всё,
of the work to expose Jaclyn. Not just the
она
Fiji,
просто тогда
but every
продолжила, да,
lie,
снимать и на
scam,
паузу
etc.
нажала?
that she's done. Supposedly, Truth Hurts / Here for the Tea
Блин,
wanted
так
to do the
красиво.
expose in order to show the young kids that worship Jaclyn
Вот этот
what
момент.
she really is. The people Truth Hurts chose have soft spots for kids, and their whole life is essentially gore gossip. It's complete. It's completely sad, but it's really all the hate, and she used that for her own gain. They are also very trusting and don't have a mean bone in their bodies. She used their guileless natures for her sick little gain. In short, Truth Hurts assumed the narrative of who will think about the children. Is that from The Simpsons?
It is.
Oh, no wonder it sounds familiar to me. So here for the T's working overtime because she has John Cookian to shoo away from social media without being too obvious about what she's trying to do. Um, and then, of course, she admitted that she unblocked temporarily John Cookian just so, uh, according to Here for the Tea, you can DM those receipts of Jaclyn Hill hiring a lawyer to take my channel down. So that might have been one of the reasons why Here for the Tea took her business to Instagram instead. Not that I'm saying that Instagram is more lenient when it comes to tea like this, but you know how tea tends to border on slander if you're not exactly the kind that uses the word allegedly or according to in your reports. So, in order to fulfill her plans, according to Moplin Janice, Truth Hurts must select certain guru gossip users who would basically do all the work for her, plus make the IG account named that code I just displayed on the screen. And surprise, that page is now privated because it's bordering on slander or breach of privacy. They're not related to most of the scandals that have been associated with Jaclyn Hill, because if there's one makeup launch you cannot trust, it's by Jaclyn Hill. Yes, the lipstick scandal had a sequel, but in the form of some other products under the Jaclyn Hill name, or Jaclyn, because people keep calling her out that why she's still using the name Jaclyn Hill when she's no longer married to Mr. Hill. Yeah, basically a lot of the disgruntled guru gossip girls ended up telling Motley Janice everything, the things that they did, the PowerPoint presentations that they prepared that might pass off as stories on Instagram. They have a way of editing. It does sound like they did all the work and then Here for the Tea ended up with the credit, allegedly, because these people would not be speaking about the things that they have researched about Jaclyn Hill in the guise of who will think about the children. And so people ended up realizing how they were used because of their soft spot for the kids. It's like a 1-2 punch that they're trying to do here. All the receipts, all the issues, and the main goal is to reveal everything and make it coincide with Jaclyn Hill's next makeup launch. It was even revealed in another screenshot from a post by Truth Hurts that they've been doing this research since the beginning of February. So, to quote some parts of that screenshot, I'm sure to get a plug by a big name like Jaclyn, it is much more the kind of money, say, Fiji has to drop. Now I think it's a sponsorship that Starbucks put millions into. I can't help but say that this is kind of damning since there are some brands that are getting mentioned and sponsorships that are being alleged, which is why I can't blame Jaclyn Hill for her reaction to those receipts, allegedly, about the sponsorship deal that she had, allegedly. Now, everyone is trying to research about this. At least some of these girls had a better vocabulary because they're not concluding that Jaclyn Hill had a sponsorship with Fiji Water. They were saying that one of the big things that T, meaning Here for the Tea, has done is work with Guru Gossip members here on researching Jack's possible sponsorship with Fiji Water. So in another post, Truth Hurts then claimed, regarding Fiji and possible agency reps, I've got the lead. As soon as I'm back on the PC with more access to things, I'll resume research and see what arises. Questions about the private Instagram page and the private page, password protected page here on Guru Gossip then came out. Truth Hurts had to reply. It is still private and includes no new juicy drama not discussed here. It is our attempt to publicly put together her lies with photo evidence in a format and on platform her young fans access. It isn't really a juicy gossip page as much as the formal release of 40 plus pages of lies compiled. It will be released publicly
Она
when
просто
I
когда
feel the finished
продолжила, да,
product's
снимать,
worth
ты на паузу
presenting.
нажала.
Oh god, I sound like Jack. I'm sorry, guys, lol. They might think we are witch hunt or just saying stories or
Блин,
not
так
find us to
красиво.
care to read for ours. But if you're already keeping up with us, then you're good
Вот
and know
этот
the
момент
dramas.
вообще.
End quote. It sounds suspicious to you, Joe?
Everything does.
So, yeah, I can't blame you. And I think that's the reason why some of these researchers that Here for the Tea got can't help but express this to at least a YouTuber here that would try to give them a voice, where in one screenshot then says, I started to become suspicious of her when she and Here for the Tea, when they would both say, Truth claiming it here and Here for the Tea saying it on Twitter, things like they have a team of lawyers they were confirming with allegations that they were discussing Jaclyn Hill's alleged crimes with the IRS, the FCC, etc. I further became suspicious because Truth was the only one who admitted to speaking to Here for the Tea on a regular basis, not to mention defending her vehemently, whereas everyone else was becoming tired of Here for the Tea waffling. I know Fiji is part of FameBit, a company that creates partnerships with social media influencers, but I couldn't find anything that Jaclyn is part of FameBit. So it becomes really more suspicious and it's even there starting to spot that. Truth Hurts would say something on Guru Gossip, and then Here for DT would say something on Twitter. And she tries to make it look like they are not the same person, but some choice of words end up making it appear so. Now, most of the screenshots here, in a nutshell, would emphasize how Truth Hurts keeps on defending Here for the Tea, at the same time being ridiculously biased against Jaclyn Hill. How can you be defending someone so vehemently while obsessing another person in a negative way? So that would really be some eyebrows raising. What could have been the statement or post that made people think that Truth Hurts and Here for the Tea might be the same person? Because ironically, Here for the Tea knows how YouTube and copyright strike works, wherein it says here, at that point, YouTube removes the video until they review it. If it's in any violation, it's removed and a strike against the channel. So for someone, according to Moplin Janice, who's on Guru Gossip a lot, they sure know how YouTube works. They even try to explain fair use and then about stolen video or content. And then one of these people on Guru Gossip even described Here for the Tea as she is definitely running around screaming copyright infringement, cyberbullying, slander, and everything else under the sun. As I've said, am I scared of her? Hell no. Do I want to waste my time and money paying for a lawyer to prove to court I'm right? Not exactly. Most people don't see an expose worth the inconvenience of a long legal battle with a rich girl that has no job and can go to court daily. And that quote was from Truth Hurts, from another screenshot that was provided in the video that we used as reference. And yeah, the bias over Jaclyn Hill is becoming obvious, even if they cannot prove that Jaclyn Hill has lawyers that are gunning over Here for the Tea's channel to be taken down. The password protected forum in Guru Gossip only got formed after Kokyan released the video about Fiji water scandal. And then another video from John Kokyan where it's entitled Kokyan Dumps Tea Girl and exposed Here for the Tea's real name and location. Oh my god. Exposing Here for the Tea's real name and location next to the child GROOMING allegations. At least Truth Hurts or Here for the Tea, whichever of the two, at least they did not jump on the allegations regarding this other YouTube content creator. So be it if her friendship with John Cookin is compromised. I consider that at least a good legacy for her to leave behind, because I'd be skipping to the part where it was confirmed that Here for the Tea has died. It was published on the website paper. I guess it became safe for other reporters to mention her whole name now because she did not deny it, apparently. According to the article, YouTuber Samantha Rabinowitz, aka Here for the Tea, has died. According to screenshots, Rabinowitz's older sister, Lisa Greenspoon, announced that the popular creator, known for her beauty drama focused videos, passed away in her sleep in November 7, 2021. And then a reporter even quoted that Kat Tenbarge from Insider, where she tweeted screenshots from Lisa Greenspoon's message confirming Here for the Tea's death. There were some people that were actually discussing who actually revealed Here for the Tea's full name and location. I can only say that her location is Canada, and also apparently Cookian found Here for the Tea's real name and location from another Twitter user who already closed his or her account. I can't assume on the gender of the person that did it, but that's basically the person that revealed who Here for the Tea is. Because just in case you have forgotten,
уже
Here for
так.
the Tea made a lot of enemies in her
Она
lifetime.
просто тогда продолжила,
And
да,
I also
снимать? Ты на паузу
tried to
нажала.
dig in Guru Gossiper page when and where, how did this happen? 20 pages later, I can't find the actual tweet anymore. I don't feel
Вот
like
этот
opening an
момент.
account with Guru Gossiper just to get some screenshots or interfere with some information that these people might not be willing to reveal. We can simply focus on what legacy she may have left behind. The content leaning towards consumer rights seemed consistent on the Instagram post that Here for the Tea made. She can at least give credit where credit is due, like commending Jaclyn Hill for finally having her own warehouse in case she launches another palette. Okay, let's give her that. By this time, months before November 2021, the people that she is trying to expose and are called out at the Here for the Tea Instagram page are Nikita Dragon, Patrick Starr, not related with Jeffree Star, the Ace family, Trisha Paytas, Kristen Leon, Tana Mojo, and Cole Kerrigan, mostly influencers accused of scamming their fans. In a nutshell, Here for the Tea succeeded in creating a format for future content creators to use when trying to expose shady influencers. On the other hand, the several mistakes that Here for the Tea had made also served as a warning to future content creators what not to do when trying to do an expose or when trying to build a team that would at least form a cohesive story and launch it at the time that they consider it right. Is it a trend? I can't say that it is a, or that it. I can say that it is a trend. So yeah, Joe, what do you think of this trend?
Get rid of it. Influencer culture is not good, not healthy. Everything that's been said here is just people just wanting to get into this sphere to make as much money as possible, and then When somebody disrupts their money making opportunity, then they get angry and then they go into this crap. So that's why it's not, go outside and touch some grass.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. I really like that. Go out and touch some grass quote here because it really helps a lot. Just make sure that you touch the right grass, not the kind that might make you high, unless it's legal in your area, okay? Like what Sam, yeah, maybe because some people are calling her Sam, I can call her Sam too. Like what Sam said in one of her Instagram posts, give credit where credit is due. I can see some content creators gaining the courage to call out Jeffree Star and learn to fine tune their receipts. Because you can do both, especially if you wanted to reveal the truth. Also, here for the tea being gone does not guarantee that there is no one else that would call out Jaclyn Hill in case she get into another scandal again. One thing is for sure, losing here for the tea online is an interesting challenge for content creators to call out not just for the sake of clout or views, but for an advocacy too. Some of them are not even bothered about the views. They just want to make sure that their content can be found in case someone needs it. Integrity may not always be associated with creating content for social media consumption, but at least some folks tried. Thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate having you over. To make sure that you are notified of the next episode of Season 3 of Untold Legends, subscribe now to this channel. Click the bell icon to be immediately alerted of our next videos. I would also highly appreciate you clicking thanks and then put whatever amount would suit you. Most proceeds or income generated from this channel goes to my medical expenses like metformin and insulin and whatever blood sugar related maintenance medication you could think of. I can occasionally show them on some of the community posts anyway. Watch out for our next episode. I'm also a little excited and nervous by this next episode about love rats. Only here at Season 3 of Untold Legends. See you on the next video.